The Pathways to Knowledge model of information processing identifies 6 stages that students go through when learning to process information. They are appreciation, pre-search, search, interpretation, communication, and evaluation. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. This high school photography class is utilizing Microsoft Image Composer to create collages that will be displayed on the school website for the community to access and enjoy. The art teacher introduces this project by showing collages from previous classes.
This is the home page. If you'll scroll down, I want you to see this that Ms. G put up here. It says, "Welcome to Lunenburg County Schools online newspaper." It goes on to say that you can find schedules, upcoming events, projects, look for upcoming schedules. You can even go back and find things that they did in my photography class for the last 2 years. If you'll go back up, we'll go to Central High School. You can click on each school and we'll look up art students learn calligraphy. We'll look up something in art since I'm an art teacher. The art of calligraphy, I had a student come in and take pictures with the Japanese teacher that was here visiting. This is from Ms. Bledsoe's class, all of her lovely animals.
While students view the website on the smartboard, the teacher fosters their curiosity by emphasizing the popularity and importance of the collage website to the community. These behaviors display the appreciation stage of information processing.
We're at golf. We have Stephen on here that's in this class. Anybody else? That's just you, Stephen, that's in here? This is a golf team. We had a student go out to the golf course, take the pictures, come back to school, make the collage, send it to Ms. G. This was on within 2 days after it happened. I don't know how to express how important it is that we continue to cover these and make these great websites, because we get all kind of positive feedback from the parents, from alumni. I've had people call from Florida, from Minnesota, saying, "Oh, I'm so glad you covered my nephew's my nephew's football game, or you covered my granddaughter's volleyball game, and we got to see it, and we don't live near there." You'll see some volleyball shots. Parent night. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Capturing parent night at any sport. It's right here under fall sports. Capturing parent night is like real important, because there's some great images of these parents and their sons that are, and there's parent night for other sports too, but these parents are so excited to go back and be able to see this, and it's students that took all these pictures, and now it's kind of, they're gone, and now you're starting a whole new photography class, and it's all up to you to capture all the spring sports. But these are some great things that happened in the fall.
The students access a variety of photos from discs, and they use these photos to practice cropping, deleting, and inserting different texts, backgrounds, and images.
Now, Charlene and Tiffany are working on ones that Photo 2 have already taken pictures on. So if they look like they're ahead of things over here, they're Photo 2. And they are going ahead and building 2 that have got to be given to Ms. G today that are for real. The ones y'all are making are from old discs that have already had collages made. So it's gonna be just a learning thing. It's not, and then you'll have to learn how to make one, and then you'll make one the next time I give you a disc. If you'll go up to File and then hit Composition Setup, and if you get confused, you'll come up with something like on the screen if you need to look at the screen. And we normally put in, let's see, I've got my little 645?
The technology director is there to assist the students with any initial questions they may have. As the students explore Microsoft Image Composer, they relate new information about the program to prior knowledge. This practice will help them learn the program and formulate new ideas for their own collage projects. These experiences demonstrate the pre-search stage of information processing. The technology director and the teacher work together to assist the students in gathering appropriate information and applying resources to design their collages. The students regularly ask questions to clarify meaning while they are working on their projects. The technology director has been posting collages to the website for several years, and the students listen to her advice as she relays the valuable information. As the students interact with an expert for this project, they are working in the search stage of information processing.
You have a picture that's really big and all you want is a little piece out of it, cut it out before you shrink it. Okay. Because then it's not so small when you just have that one little piece left. You actually have a good size of what you cut out. So cut before you shrink sometimes. If you're going to keep the whole picture, go ahead and shrink it. Then you'll be all right. She's going to show you.
You go to the scissors. You have to activate the picture that you were going to do before you go to the scissors. I'm sorry, one time I did that. And then, so if you'll click on the scissors and then choose whether you want to do a square or a circle. And Lindsay has chosen a circle. And she's kept the edge on hard.
Students work on a practice collage using 3 photos. They design the collages by resizing, rearranging, and cropping the photos. They also practice adding text to the collages. As they practice with these pictures, the students are constantly editing and revising their work. They are expressing their own unique ideas through creating and designing a project that will be posted on the school website for others to view. This process represents the communication stage of information processing.
And Maria and I will watch to make sure you know how to cut the second picture. Try to cut something out of another one, a different picture. And maybe if you used a square, use a circle. And if you used hard edge, use soft edge this time. And then after you hit cut out, you have to hit cut out. And then after you hit cut out, you've got to go in there and get rid of the background. You've got to get rid of, or drag it over, one or the other.
The teacher asks the students to review their practice collages for the criteria she listed as part of her assessment. Students assess their process and evaluate their end product. This demonstrates the evaluation stage of information processing.
Make sure that you have on there the following things, at least 3 pictures, at least. That's the least amount you can have for this grade. At least some words. You need to have on there a background shape either behind words or a picture, but that's not the same as a drop shadow, so you got to make sure you have a drop shadow somewhere too. And at the very bottom, you need to have collage by and your name. And if this was a real collage, you would have on there pictures by whomever and collage by whoever did the pictures. And you also need to have visual evidence by me that there is some altering of at least 1 to 2 images on there. At least one. At least one. I'd like for it to be 2, but at least 1. Okay? So, yes. So everybody check these. Because what's going to happen if we have a real image that needs to be done and we have a whole disk of pictures, if I don't think you can do it and I give it to you and it takes days, then it's not going to get on the website very fast.
Students draw conclusions about what they have learned from their practice session with the collages. The students answer questions about the process of working with photos in Microsoft Image Composer. This process displays the interpretation stage of information processing.
Should you decrease the size of the picture by dragging from the corner like Ms. Kunis sometimes does? No. How should you do it? The little overlap in papers. And probably a good size is what? 320, 300, 340. Now, another question. Some of these guys back here that are talking are probably going to have the answer, aren't they? If you go to click on a picture to cut something out, what do you have to do to show that you've actually cut it out? After you drag it or do what? Delete the other one. Remember to do that. That's one of the first mistakes I made when I learned how to do this years ago. I was like, I am cutting this out and nothing was happening. Photo 2, any problems you can think of?